Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to talk about something I know many non-native English learners like you and me, struggle with. How to overcome the fear of speaking English. Because let's be honest, this fear is so common. I get messages from you guys all the time saying, Ollie, I want to speak English, but when I open my mouth, my brain just gets blank. My brain just gets blank, or I'm just not confident enough to talk to someone else. And yeah, I totally get it. I have been there too. I still remember the first time I tried to talk to a foreigner in my high school. My heart was racing, my face turned red, whole face turned red, and I could barely say hello. So, if you feel the same, trust me, you are not alone. But here is the good news. Fear is not permanent. You can train yourself out of it. Step by step. Today, I'm going to talk about 5 powerful ways that helped me personally overcome that fear. And I will tell you a few stories along the way to make it not so boring. We are not going to dive and face our fears right now to go to and talk to someone else on the streets because it's kind of crazy and stressful, right? We are going to start, smoothly. Smoothly, go slow and smooth. And eventually, it will all pay off. First thing first, build your skills. I always say this. Confidence doesn't come first. Competence does. When you are good at something, confidence just follows naturally. Think about it. When you prepare really well for an exam, you walk into the room calm, right? Because you know you are ready. Same with English. When your speaking skills improve, fear automatically gets smaller. Gets smaller. Let me tell you a quick story. When I first started learning English, I used to repeat short dialogues from American TV shows. My favorite one was from Modern Family. This one, Modern Family. It's very popular, right? I'd pause the video every few seconds and repeat their quotes. Here is the one I love the most.
When life gives you lemonade, make lemons. Life will be all like, what?
This one. That becomes my little habit. I wrote lots of the quotes on my notebook from Modern Family when I'm at high school. At first, it sounds silly, but slowly I started to get used to hearing myself speaking English. That's when I realized it's not about being perfect. It's about getting used to your own English voice. So, how can you build those skills? That's the main point, right? Here are 2 things that worked super well for me. Shadowing. Shadowing is one of my favorite methods. You pick any English content you like a YouTube video, podcast, movie, TV show, both okay, and repeat after the speakers. It's not about understanding every single word. It's about feeling the rhythm, the melody of the language. I usually do shadowing when I'm walking, biking around the lake, cleaning my room. It becomes fun, not study. And it still works for me till now, even today. And over time, you teach your mouth muscles how to move naturally in English. Here is another one I love, reading aloud. Pick an audiobook and follow along. It's almost like karaoke, but for English. You copy the tone, pronunciation, and emotion. And honestly, after doing this for weeks, I started to feel English more naturally, not just thinking about grammar. Now, let's talk about the next step. Surrounding yourself with other English learners. That's important. Because speaking alone is great, but speaking with someone else is where the magic happens. When you talk to people who are also learners, it removes the pressure. You both make mistakes, and that's okay. You can laugh about it together, right? I remember when I first joined a small English corner at my university. There were only 5 of us sitting on the bench outside our library, just chatting. We all spoke slowly, we helped each other, and no one judged anyone. That's when I felt improvement, because I realized speaking English could be fun. We talked about our routine, interesting things happened recently, or introduced a book. Anything can be our topics. So, if you want to start, or even better, leave a comment. Leave a comment below this video. Write something like, looking for a speaking buddy. Who knows? Maybe your next English friend is right here in the comments. Or you can say, I'm looking for a speaking partner. Hit me up in the comments. Now, if you prefer something more structured, getting a tutor can help a lot. It could be an offline teacher, face-to-face lessons where you actually speak and interact in person. Or it could be an online tutor, super convenient. You can practice anytime, anywhere. But here is a more budget-friendly option. These days, many AI tools can actually talk with you in real time. Like this one. So, if a real tutor feels a bit too expensive right now, you can totally start with AI tools first. It's a great way to build confidence and keep your daily speaking practice going. When I was a beginner, I had a tutor. He lived here in China for around 10 years, and he comes from UK. He was super friendly. I remember one day I mispronounced beach. Beach. You know what I mean, right? We both laughed so hard. And he said, don't worry, Ollie. Every learner has that moment. His lessons taught me something important. Even mistakes can become funny memories. And once you laugh about them, they stop being scared. Okay, this one is a game changer. I call it small talk moments. When you live in a country where English isn't spoken everywhere, like in China, you might think, I don't have opportunities to speak in my daily life, right? But that's not true. Small moments are everywhere. Try saying good morning to someone in English. How is your day going when you are at a cafe? Or even nice weather when you meet a foreigner. Let me tell you a story. Once, on my way home, I saw a tourist looking lost. I hesitated for a few seconds. My heart was beating fast. Then I said, hey, do you need help? We ended up talking for 5 minutes. That talk gave me more confidence than several days of studying grammar books. So, start small talk. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Create your own. Because speaking is like swimming. You can learn it just by watching videos, learning books. You got to get in the water. Of course, for many of us, starting that first conversation with a stranger can feel a bit hard, right? Here is a useful expression for that. Break the ice. It means to start a conversation in a friendly way, especially when things feel a little awkward or quiet at first. Yeah, for example, when you meet your new tutor or classmate, you can tell a small joke or ask a simple question. That's how you break the ice. Once the ice is broken, everything just feels easier and more natural. Last but not least, now the most important part, your mindset. Your mindset. If you remember only one thing from today, let it be this. You don't need to be perfect to be understood. Nobody, nobody, speaks perfectly all the time. Even native speakers make mistakes. So stop chasing perfection, start chasing connection. Because the goal of language isn't to impress, it's to communicate. Right? Everyone agree, right? Communicate. And you know what? I actually have a real story about this recently. Last month, my cousin went hiking, just a normal weekend trip. But when she came back, she told me something that really surprised me. She said she had talked with two travelers from Ireland for almost 2 hours. Yeah, 2 hours. Now, here is the crazy part. Her English level is super basic, like super basic. She can only say things like, how are you? Or where are you from? Maybe 5 simple sentences in total. So I asked her, wait, what did you even talk about for 2 hours? Yeah, 2 hours. And she said, well, I used some simple sentences, a lot of gestures, and sometimes the translation app. They talked about their jobs, their travels, and what they thought about China. And guess what? They even drank beer. That day, she didn't speak perfect English, but she spoke bravely. And that's what truly matters, right? So remember, it's not about speaking perfectly, it's about speaking with heart. So, to sum up, build your skills, find your people, get a tutor, practice more talk moments, change your mindset. Change your mindset. Each of these steps will help you slowly overcome the fear of speaking English. Remember, it's not about being fearless. It's about learning to speak even when you are scared. So my friend, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. A thumbs up. Share it with your friends and tell me in the comments below. In the comments below, what's the scariest thing about speaking English for you? Let's talk about it together. And keep it in your mind. You are not alone on this journey. We are together. Keep practicing, keep learning, and keep shining. See you in my next video. I'm Ollie. Bye bye. Bye bye.